Hey guys, welcome to Talk Juicy, and Happy New Year to you all. I am Brittney, your host,
and I am Leanne.
And thank you guys so much for joining us for another edition of Talk Juicy.
It feels good to be back, right,
Brittney? It does. It really does. So happy 2015 to you all. And we have so much to talk about, so let's jump right into it.
We really do.
Yes, so for starters, I know you guys have been watching the reality TV shows that have been on. There's some that are good, some that are not so good. And there's actually a couple of series that have started as well this year. So for one of them that I would like to mention is this show called Sorority Sisters. Now, this show has been getting a lot of controversy in the media and amongst those who actually are in sororities because they don't feel that the women who are portrayed on this show represent what women should represent who are in these sororities. So,
well, I think it's, number one, it's important to say that this Sorority Sisters show actually focus on like the sororities that are in the Divine Nine. So, or, you know, like the AKAs, the Deltas, the Sigma Gamma Rhos. It's only a couple of sororities that they're focusing on. But I've been watching the show because, you know, I am a reality TV show junkie. Like,
yes,
I
we
love
know.
it. So I've been watching just for the sake of this show. Like, it's my job to watch and to report to you what guys, you know, to report to you guys what goes on.
True. And you know what? Before we go on, I must say today is January 13th. So this is the Delta's Founders Day. And so happy Founders Day to all of my sorority friends that are a part of Delta Sigma Theta.
Happy Founders Day.
Yes, happy Founders Day to you all. My sister's actually Delta, so this is a great day for her, and it's her first Founders Day, so that's wonderful.
Happy Founders Day, Selena.
Yes, but I know from personal experience, a lot of my friends that I know that are in sororities or just acquaintances, they are upset about this show, and people who I don't even know. I've just been hearing so much things, especially from the HBCUs, about the women who are angry with how these women are portrayed or how they're portraying themselves, let me say, on this show.
Not all of the girls on this show are ratchet. Not all of them are. It's just a select few, I will say that.
It's a select few.
It's a select few. But if you actually saw last week, they had like a 101 of a sit down with every girl that's in the cast about how they've been reacting to like all the backlash and like all the hearsay. These girls have really been going through it. Now,
are you talking about the thing they called a lemon squeeze?
No. I'm talking about like they had the girls sit down on the stage and just like read off tweets of people who are in the sorority.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't see
and
that.
then like had them react. Now, people have been going crazy. They've been sending death threats. They've been saying that people need to be suspended. Actually, one of the AKAs that is in the Sorority Sisters show has been suspended until 2016, which I did not think was fair.
Well, so it was only one lady, right, who was representing the AKA organization?
No, there was a couple of AKAs on there, but she was the one that got suspended. And
okay.
It's so weird because
the one who has the boutique store.
April is her name.
Okay.
But it's so weird because she even said, like, before she got on the show, she sent a letter to, like, the national organization, like, saying, like, hey, I'm going to be on this show. What are the protocols, if there are any? And then they sent the letter back, like, well, we really don't have any protocol for you to be on a reality show. No one in our organization has ever done this. And they actually made a really good point. They said that there are many celebrities who have been in Greek organizations who get on TV and act a fool. And they don't get any repercussions.
But at the same time, they're probably not on the reality TV stating that I am a part of this organization. You know, people just find out just because they know.
I mean, because K. Michelle is a Delta and she acts a complete fool on TV.
Yeah, but But K. Michelle didn't probably go on reality TV just saying it either, did she?
She does say like I'm a Delta, or like the father of her son is in an organization too. She always say like.
But what I'm saying is the show is not like centered around sorority sisters. So it's like kind of different. I mean, it's you know, still probably not good either way if you're supposed to be representing this image that, you know, the organization is supposed to uphold. But, you know, it's not centered around sorority sisters. So she probably, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit different. But the show is, I mean, I haven't been watching it all that much. I watched the first few episodes because it was a little interesting. I just wanted to see, like, what was going on and how, you know, these women were going to be acting. And then once I seen all the chaos, I just felt really sad for, you know, the women who I know that are business women and who are, you know, a part of their organization, and they do make a difference and, you know, do a lot of things to change their communities. I just felt bad because these women are, you know, portraying this image to the world. And it's like little girls looking at this who might have wanted to be a part of one of these organizations. And if they see them acting like this, they're going to think that's okay.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm just going to play devil's advocate a little bit because that's my job. So, I mean, I'm just being honest. So what about Love and Hip Hop? Like, what's the difference besides the fact that the show was called Sorority Sisters? What's the difference between women that are in organizations acting a fool on a TV show that says I'm in an organization versus a woman who's not on a TV show that says I'm in this organization acting a fool? You
mean versus a woman who's on a different TV show?
Yeah,
as
basically.
a woman acting a fool?
Yes,
well, first of all, it's Love and
versus
Hip Hop. Like, that's ratchet reality TV 101. Like, that's just what it is. But me personally, when I think of certain things, certain organizations, especially the Delta Sigma Thetas and, you know, other organizations who are a part of the Divine Nine, and, you know, that I just think of a woman upholding herself with a different type of standards. That's just me personally, but these women just went on there and it's just like the total opposite. So I just feel like that, you know, younger girls might be thinking the same thing. I mean, they shouldn't be watching Love and Hip Hop anyway, if you ask me.
They sure should.
If they're younger. I mean, I don't think they should be watching that.
I'm grown.
But it's been people in the sororities actually boycotting like businesses and stuff because they don't want this show to be on the air.
And it's that serious. It's been people in the same sororities that have been threatening to kill their sorority sisters because they are on that show. Like, that's ridiculous too. So you're in the same organization and you think it's okay that you are going on someone's page saying, if I see you at nationals, I'm going to slice your throat, or if I see you here, I'm going to punch you in the face. You're doing something even worse than them being on television.
Yeah, I don't think all of that is necessary either. That's a bit drastic, you know, to give out death threats just because of the show.
But it's happening, and I think that's ludicrous.
I think that's ludicrous as well.
It's
very unfortunate. You know, I pray that they somehow turn this around and just clean up their image that they have put out so far, which is kind of hard because it's like on TV now, so it can't really go away.
It's not that hard. But if you would have, like, once you watch the sit down and they kind of explain themselves, I guess that's why it's so easy for me to play devil's advocate too, because I've heard all of these women say exactly why they went on the show, what they felt to accomplish being on TV, and how they are portrayed. We have to also remember it's a reality show, so it's somewhat scripted.
Has to be drama.
They have producers. They have people who are making. I mean, because without drama, we wouldn't watch, so it wouldn't be on TV.
Absolutely.
So it's not like these girls are just acting a complete and utter like fool just for no reason. I'm quite sure the producers are saying, "Hey, do you want to come back next season? You need to start a fight."
I mean, of course, they have to stir up the pot because that's what's going to keep people engaged.
Exactly.
So this is really juicy, you guys, and I didn't even think we was going to get this deep, but it is. So it is what it is. But we're actually going to take a really quick break, and we'll be right back with more.
My name is DJ Pam Hornbeck, and these are some of the singers that are on Karaoke on TV every Saturday night. And we would like to invite you to come out and join us. Does everyone have fun with us?
To find out how you can sing on Karaoke on TV, please call the ONTV studio at 248-393-1060.
All right, guys, and welcome back to Talk Juicy. So before, when we started the show, we said that it's a new year, so that's exciting. We had Christmas, of course, and we celebrate the new year. But Valentine's Day is coming up. Are you excited for Valentine's Day, Brittney?
I am excited for Valentine's Day. Oh my God, it seems like it's coming so fast. It was just New Year's, and now it's already about to be Valentine's Day.
Right.
So I don't have any plans as of yet, because I am actually in a long-distance relationship, so I'm not sure if this year I will be going to see my mates or if he will be coming to see me. I haven't figured out the details yet, but I am out of school the last week of February, so we might celebrate it after Valentine's Day, actually.
Long-distance relationships are so hard. Oh my goodness, they are so hard.
They are indeed. It's a lot of work, but it can definitely work. A lot of people think that it can't work because you guys are not seeing each other, and of course physical contact is a huge part of the relationship. So it's kind of hard when you're not seeing someone on a daily basis. But it can be a good thing as well because you actually need your space, and I'm sure the other person needs their space as well. So as long as you guys have that open line of communication and you guys are on the same page, I think that it could definitely work.
I just think it's so funny because we both are in long distance relationship. I guess mine is kind of like semi long distance now because, you know, like I get to see my fiance on the weekends. Yes, when he's not working. But it used to be like I didn't see him for months at a time. Yeah. That was legit.
So that's
long distance.
hard. That's hard. And that's kind of my experience now. I don't see him sometimes for months at a time. We used to do it where we see each other once a month. And either I go across the country to see him or he comes to see me, and we would work it out that way. But now it's a little bit longer spans in between the time that we see each other. And although it gets challenging at times, it's okay because I actually do need my space. I enjoy my me time, and my life is so hectic right now that I really don't think that I would have time to devote to someone on a day-to-day basis like they needed me to constantly.
You said it. Me time is so amazing because let me just tell you, you know this because you're my friend personally, but my fiance was home for what, a month? I was going crazy. I came home, he was home, he was eating up all the food, drinking up everything.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't going crazy. She loved you being there.
Oh, I love him being home, but it's so like I'm not used to it.
It's a different.
Yeah, it's so different. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just I needed to get used to it because now we're sharing a space.
Right.
At first we weren't living together.
Because it's a drastic change because you only see him on weekends. So now you guys were seeing each other every day. So it takes a bit of getting used to.
So today,
and you can get tired of someone after a while if you guys are always attached at the hip and you guys are, you know,
in the same
with
space,
each other day in and day out.
900 square feet, 2 people, 1 TV. Now that's challenging. No, I'm not kidding. Like I'm not trying to say it in a bad way at all, but it can be challenging.
It can
indeed. And today I woke up and I was thinking like, hey, I really do enjoy my me time, like my space. I love it. Like I love when he's home, but sometimes I just need some time to like
absolutely.
That's
important. That's definitely important in any relationship, even when people are married, and the fact that they're seeing each other every day and they're, you know, they're coming home to one another, they're waking up to one another for the most part. There are some married people in long distance relationship, but in the normal married relationship, people are living in the same home.
True.
So, you know, that's why it's good to have that time where they're both at work, or the guy is hanging out with the fellas and the lady is hanging out with their girlfriends, and you know, you kind of have that time apart sometimes, but then that just makes you appreciate when you do have time together.
Speaking of when you do have time together, what about those couples who are in long distance relationships that never even met each other? Like catfishing? Oh, like catfishing? Girl, isn't that crazy?
Okay, so.
Oh my goodness.
I have a mouthful to say about catfishing. I mean, it's really interesting to me because I don't know if I could get over the fact of not being able to ever see someone and just like constantly talking to them. We're in this long distance relationship, but we've never met. It'll be a difference if we were like Skyping and FaceTiming, and you know, at least I can kind of get a feel of what you're like looking at you while I'm talking to you. But if it was just like we've never seen each other ever, and
you never did
we
that
only
before?
No.
Even okay, think about it, Brittney. Remember when we were younger and like Crush Spot was real popular, Black Planet? No, I'm for real. Black Planet.
Okay,
pages.
You got a point.
You know you had a friend on Black Planet that you never met before that you was like, that's my boo.
I had a boo.
Exactly. That's catfish.
So that was different because we were young. We were like ninth grade,
that was the making
high
of
school.
A catfish. That's the making of a catfish.
It is.
I know I had a boo on Black Planet. I knew his little Black Planet page. Never met him in my life. I even had his phone number, so I knew he was real. But I never saw him.
But you seen a picture of him. You seen a picture of him
on Black Planet. But anybody can post. I could have been Beyonce on Black Planet if you put the right picture up. So, but I had his phone number. I knew he was a real person, but I never met him. And I talked to him on Black Planet for at least 2 years.
Really? Wow. See, I never went that long with talking to someone on like social media. I've done it before, but it wasn't like a long period of time where I was like, oh, you know, I've been talking to this guy for like 6-8 months and, you know, we haven't seen each other because, I mean, I was young and my attention span was like, you're over like that quick. So, you know, I hardly remember it. But it's pretty interesting because you'd be surprised. There's some people who actually catfish, and there's people who've been married off of doing this, and they've never seen each other, and then once they meet, it's like they've known each other all
their
along.
lives. Like that movie, it's a clip, it's a viral video. I saw it on Facebook. This girl's dating this guy from Canada over the internet. They've never met before. Her best friend actually paid for him to fly from Canada to Los Angeles, and she set it up to where they met, and the girl had no idea that he was going to be there, and when she turned around and saw him, I literally had tears in my eyes.
Aww. Are they still together?
Beautiful. I don't know. I hope they are. But they were like a cute couple. They looked like they would make beautiful babies, and she was so happy, and I was just like, that's your man, girl. Get your man. Like, it was so nice.
That just goes to show how you never know, how relationships can go. You never know when you can meet someone online and you guys could hit it off and last forever. You never really know. So I guess you kind of just have to go with the flow and go with what makes you happy. But as far as long distance relationship, as long as you have an open line of communication and you guys are on the same page, meaning if it's virtually, you're FaceTiming, you're Skyping, you're always texting, and you guys have this really good communication, I think it could definitely work. But you have to be on the same page, because if you're not, then it's not going to work.
And you have to trust each other. And with that being said, especially when you go online, you have to use caution, because there's some crazies out here.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll come see you and try to chop you up in a million pieces. So
absolutely,
beware. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Very much so.
So with that being said, we're going to take a break. No.
Don't do no online dating.
No, if you do, just be careful.
Take your friend with you when you
take your friend. Like, take a Brittney with you if you're going on a date. Have her sit at the bar while you sitting at a booth with somebody.
Yeah, Brittney got the CCW.
Oh, goodness. All right, Brittney, tell me coming back.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. So, as you know, the Golden Globes were last night, and we were just sitting here chatting about who we think were the best and worst dressed.
Yes.
So, for starters, J-Lo, she had on a really nice dress. However, it wasn't my favorite from her. I've seen her in like so many beautiful gowns and outfits over the years. So this one was just kind of like, I feel like she could have done better. But how about the comment that Jeremy Renner made on her boobs during the
about her boobs?
Yeah, about her boobs during the Golden Globes. I thought that was pretty funny, actually, and a lot of people were upset about that in the media from what he said.
So I mean, because she's basically saying, like, and the presenter of the night is, or something about the Golden Globes, and the Golden Globe goes to. That's what her line was. And he said, "Your gold."
Well, no, she was saying, like, should I open it? Because they had the envelope, and she's like, should I open it? And he's like, yeah, you have the Golden Globes. Or something. He's like, you have the Globes. And then he looks down at her boobs, and everybody's like, oh, did you see? He, like, looked at her boobs. It was kind of funny.
I will say this. They were pretty bronze. And when she first walked out, I was thinking, wow, they're really bronze. Like, she really oiled them up. I mean, you wear a dress like that, and I'm a straight woman, but when I see a woman with her boobs hanging out, I'm gonna look.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna stare, because that's what it's there for. And the way the dress is made, it was so low cut that you can't help but to look at her boobs.
Like, she put that dress on with the intention of somebody looking at her boobies.
And talking about them afterwards.
I look good in this, they're going to look at my boobs.
Yeah,
and that's why she had them all bronzed up.
To talk about them.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, but people are like, well, a real gentleman shouldn't, make comments about a woman's boobs. But I feel like if you don't, then, I mean, it's an elephant in the room. Everyone else was looking at them. Why don't you comment about them?
Yeah, and let's face it, at the end of the day, they're entertainers. They're there to make people laugh and to do things that are out of the ordinary, just so that someone can talk about it and there's a reaction. So I do know, though, one of the people who were the best dressed for me was John Legend.
Yeah, Chrissy Teigen. She was my favorite of the night.
Chrissy Teigen. She had on a gorgeous dress. Who was her gown by?
I'm not sure, but she always looks great. And I love the fact that Chrissy Teigen, no matter what event it is, she's always Chrissy Teigen. She's never like super snooty or like super extremely poised. Like that's John Legend is like that, but she's always laid back, cool, calm, and collected.
That's really nice. They were
she's
actually
pretty.
they had a mouthful to say about when he won the award, and she was like in the audience looking with a blank stare. The media and TMZ, to be exact, had a lot to say about that. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I loved her dress though. Her dress was amazing. We're actually gonna put it up for you guys so you can see. But this is like one of the most beautiful dresses that was at the Golden Globes yesterday.
A lot of people said like Amal Clooney looked great. I didn't think so. But then again, like I don't know. I'm not a fan of Amal Clooney. I think that George Clooney had it right with Stacy Keibler, and I think she looked way better than Amal Clooney. So for me, I mean, she's kind of boring. I didn't really like her dress at all.
No?
No.
Well, just because you're not a fan of her doesn't mean you don't like her style.
I don't like her style either. Like I'm not a fan.
So
of
you
her
just don't like her or her style?
No,
That's fine.
She's a great person. Like, did you hear Tina Fey talking about all the great things that she's done? Like, she definitely has a long list of credentials, things that I would have never guessed.
That's nice.
She's just boring.
I didn't hear that. I didn't even get to watch the entire Golden Globes. I just caught up on the fashion afterwards because that's all I was interested in.
Oh, yeah, it was a pretty lame show. I mean, it's the Golden Globes. I shouldn't be like, it's super lame, but it's just like, it's one of those dry award shows that, you know, all those rich, stuffy people sit in a room for, and they get praised for all the things that they do.
Right.
Yeah.
So another celebrity gossip, however. So Chris Brown was actually performing at a local club in San Jose, California, where a shooting took place inside of the club. Now, this is not the first incident that he's had with violence happening in the club while he was there performing or with his entourage. So he called a meeting with his team afterwards with all of his staff and people who work for him and said that he will not perform at any more hood clubs because of the issue of violence and his life being put in danger. And that's just so unfortunate to me because I've been to clubs personally where they do a thorough check of you. Like, they're checking everything. For the men, they're checking your shoes, they're patting you down, like this full security breach. And like I've been checked by a woman or whoever, you know, passed us down, and I feel like I'm getting checked by TSA. So it's just really weird to me how when they have celebrities coming in the club, they don't do the same thing for all of the people that are going to be there. I mean, people are crazy these days, so they should know that you have to do a full search of everyone. Why are people taking guns to the club anyway, though?
What gangster is at a Chris Brown concert? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Chris Brown, though? For real? I mean, like, I know now he's getting older, he's kind of switching into the rap songs, but like, you don't bring a gun to the Jonas Brothers concert. Chris Brown is so cheesy to me. I just feel like no gangster will be in there like with a gun.
I mean, people like Chris Brown. People love Chris Brown. I just feel I don't know, but he does have a point that this is not his first incident of violence happening where he was performing somewhere. So it was pretty unfortunate, but he made his statement and he said he's not performing at anymore. That's what I want to know, and that's what people were saying too, like, what's a hood club? But according to him, allegedly, he feels that a hood club is somewhere that has had issues with security or violence before within the club, and if they've had those type of issues in the past, he doesn't even want to be a part of it because now his name is being attached to more than one place with shootings or fights happening while he's in the club. And that's just
same Chris Brown who just it's not allegedly, he got in trouble for this. So this is the same Chris Brown who threw a bottle at Drake and got cut up in the face and was fighting in the club. So how you gonna say I'm not gonna perform at a hood club when you fight in clubs?
And you're doing ratchet things.
And you beat up Rihanna a long time ago. I'm just saying.
This is true,
yes.
But I don't know. Maybe he feels like,
he's a changed man?
He's a changed man, and maybe he's trying to protect his image because this is a reoccurring issue now because, again, this is not the first place that he's been to where violence has broken out.
Well, another thing, what I was about to say is Chris Brown is, if he's watching, which he probably is, Chris Brown is not nice to people on Twitter, so please don't come attack me for saying that you were crazy. But anyway, Chris Brown, what I was going to say is everybody has a right to want to feel protected. So all jokes aside, I can honestly understand him saying, I don't want to, perform at any crazy places or any venues where I feel like my safety is not the number one priority.
He's in danger.
And I saw the video. Like, I wasn't even there, and I was watching the video, and I was scared. Like, I was like, oh, my God. I'm about to get shot. And I'm like, wait,
And
you're
then
watching
you
this at
think
home.
of this big superstar celebrity, you would think that the club protocol would be to, again, check everyone that's coming in the club and make sure none of these incidents happen. And his security team, you would think Chris Brown's own personal security would have his back and just be like,
Did you see him just
all
standing on the
over him.
stage
And
like-
they were just standing there like nothing was
yeah.
even happening. So I know that made him feel like he was in even more danger, being as though his people were not at his rescue 100% when they should have been. So, I mean,
That's crazy.
If that's your wish, Chris Brown, stick to it, and yeah, stay out of danger.
And that's why I don't go to the
much
club.
going on. That's why I don't go to the club either.
I don't go.
I would rather be at like a lounge or somewhere. And now that I'm getting older, I like to be at more places where I can relax and people are like, there's a very mellow vibe.
I'm an
I
old
don't
woman.
really
I'd rather
like
be at
the.
home.
You know, I'm not really about the turn up life anymore. The older that I'm getting, the more that I feel like, you know, I like to be more relaxed and around people that are mature, and there's not going to be, we don't have to worry about any of those problems.
I agree. I'd rather be at home with my clicker, my remote control, and my bathrobe.
Yes,
And my fiance.
and drinking our own glass of wine.
Watching House Hunters. I'm so old.
House Hunters.
I love that show. HGTV.
That's cool. So it's been a wonderful show once again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys had a great new year. This is going to be a wonderful start to Talk Juicy this year. And make sure you guys like our Talk Juicy page on Instagram and Facebook. Follow us at Talk Juicy, and email us if you like, if you have questions for Leanne and myself. And you can find all of our content at talkjuicy.wordpress.com. This has been Talk Juicy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, we love you. Good night.